Hey Tessa, how you doing? I've got your ad up here, and I just want to make some comments um, regarding the ad, the layout, the placement, structure, etc. So I think one of the things that is very obvious when we open the ad is the amount of activity in the ad. It's very, very busy. You've got at least 6 elements that you're asking the viewer to look at simultaneously, and that's not how our minds work. Okay, so you've got this, you've got this, you've got this, you've got the logo, you've got this, you've got the thought bubble, and basically the suitcase. So there's just too much information processed. Think Hick's law. When you present too much to people, the rest starts to become diluted, so the message gets lost. That's why simplicity is so important. That's why I was preaching simplicity when I made the video for the instructional video on how to do this, because eventually I would like to see this in your student portfolio. And the way it stands right now, I think the portfolio reviewer, or eventually the person who's looking to hire you, is going to look at this page and say, I think that this could be composed in a much more efficient way. All right. So how do we do that? I want to make some suggestions. I would use one background image, okay? And in that background image, I would compose a headline, a subhead, and a paragraph or 2 of body copy, okay? This looks almost like it's a flyer. You've got all these bullet points and your amenities, and you just don't need to do all that in a magazine ad. A magazine ad, all you're trying to do is get them to call or to go to the site. You don't have to really tell the whole story. Competitive rates, overnight daycare options, 100% natural diet, live webcams and play areas, large separate play. It's just for dogs. It's just too much. It's just too much information, and people will get lost. So I want to draw your attention to something, and that was this video that I created. And the reason I set this up the way I did is because I think it's illustrating good page mechanics. It's illustrating outstanding hierarchy, and it's illustrating a good relationship between the headline, the text, and the background image, as well as the promotion and the logo. Okay, that's why I assembled this the way I did, and that's why I recommended you to take that into consideration for page mechanics. It's all pointing towards your student portfolio, you see. So let's take a look at this. Now, just as long as you understand that, that's why I'm directing you in this direction. Okay, it's not because this is what I want to see or because this is what I think is best. There's a reason. I would reconstruct this ad as such. Let's take your pause and clause. I would get rid of the background and all these little frames and just get rid of everything altogether and start over with just this image of this dog saying, I need a vacation. You can get rid of the thought bubble and that image there. You can get rid of the thought clouds, just the image with the suitcase and the dog. Use that for your background image. Place a headline up top. It doesn't have to be anything pause and clause. Holistic Animal Care is now offering pet giver. Just say pet getaway packages. Okay, that'll draw them in. Give a little subhead. All right, and then compose your type. Just one paragraph. That's it. You don't need that. Okay? Logo down in the bottom, contact information, and then you can even take your little hedgehog image that you had masked in Photoshop and put it down in the bottom somewhere. Okay, and that would be my recommendation. I think it would be a much, much more clear, I think, as it is. And let's try this trick. We zoom out a little bit, say, okay, I turn the page in a magazine, and I go, oh, wow, where am I supposed to look first? So what do? Turn the page again, okay? So the inviting factor is very, very, very important, okay? Let's get down to technical issues. Masking looks great. Good job. This image is adjusted very, very nicely. You've got all your detail, even in the blurred background areas. Excellent. Can't really tell much about that image there. Hedgehog image is adjusted pretty well. However, I think this image is a little flat in terms of tonal representation, especially when you compare it to this image. Let's try to run a Photoshop levels adjustment layer here just to bring a little more contrast out in that particular image right there. Pause and clause, I think, it's a good logo. It's placed very well, so great job there. And your type is placed well, good type selections, but please keep in mind those other comments that I made. If you have any questions or comments or concerns whatsoever, if you don't understand anything I've said, need further clarification, please feel free to let me know and I will do so. Okay, thanks very much.